And finally, we reach year 5, the alternate year in this School of Architecture, and the main prize for the best student in year 5 is given by the Dundee Institute of Architects, the DIA Award. I'm delighted to welcome Fraser Middleton back, the immediate past president of the DIA, to give the award this year. Unfortunately, our new president, Colin Doig, is at the RIS conference at the moment, which is why he's unable to attend. Again, I would like to reiterate our support to the DIA, our thanks to the DIA for continuing to support us in these years. I'm delighted to announce that the DIA award this year goes to Sean Kinnear. I'm also very pleased that over the last couple of years the Dundee Gildry have introduced awards to the school. I'm now going to pass over to Lawrence Holm, who will introduce these awards, okay?
Good afternoon. I have to say, Graham, I was really touched to be mentioned as research leader, and I guess I find the research an intriguing intellectual puzzle, but it's the student work that really mesmerizes me, and it's for that reason that I'm really pleased and honored to be part of the Gildry Geddes Awards, and to have some kind of role in, tipping my hat to all of the students here. The way I usually do this, I usually do a kind of a spiel and then turn it over to our to the Gildry to give out the awards. But because there's so many of you this year, we thought we would do it a little bit differently. And I was going to ask Robert Burns, who's the ex-Lord Dean of Guild, and here on behalf of the Gildry, to just say a word or two before I go through the whole spiel.
Dean Lawrence, good evening to you all, congratulations to you all. It's my privilege on behalf of our Lord Dean of Guild, Howard Price, who cannot be with us tonight, to say a few words about the Gildry Incorporation of Dundee. It's nothing to do with the Women's Guild, although we don't have any women members as yet. It's an organisation that goes back over 600 years in Dundee and was originally founded to ensure the quality and raise taxes for local government prior to what we have nowadays. And in his latter years was responsible for weights and measures, and also sat on the town council as the planning officer. This role was diminished in about the 60s come the alterations to the local government, and I'll let you be the judge as who got it right and who got it wrong. It is my pleasure to ask Lawrence to present the prizes. We've been delighted to be associated with this university for several years now, and look forward to being associated with it for the years ahead. Thank you.
I can't talk into this and look down at my notes at the same time. It's a little bit like, wasn't it, I forget which president now couldn't chew gum and walk at the same time. And Ford, thank you. Yeah.
It was walking faster.
We'll get back to the awards now. Each year, the Gildry Incorporation of Dundee gives a series of awards for exemplary architectural projects that are cited in Dundee and that clearly and persuasively demonstrate the potential for urban thinking in the city. And as Robert indicated, that's a reflection of the historic attachment of the Gildry to the city. I think he mentioned that they go back some 600 or 800 years. I noticed one interesting fact on their website, that when the I think it was King John gave the first charter to the Guildry to start trading as merchants without the kind of penalties that normally accrue to that. That document is the first document, historical document, where the name of the city of Dundee actually appears. So it's really quite a distinguished career between the city and the Guildry. Okay. Also, as he mentioned, that the Guildry were the planning authority for the city until recently. This is the second year of the award. Last year, the Guildry approached Professor Graham Hutton, our Associate Dean, and Charles McKean, the Professor of History of Scottish Architecture, with the proposal for the award program. They asked me if I would take this on, and hence that's why I'm here now. The award program is, I think it's fair to say, still developing. The awards are, by our standards, very generous. However, we've also all felt, and I include the Guildry and the school, that we could do more for the Guildry, the school, and the city by going beyond simply the award, giving the award to the students. And this year, we're working with the Guildry on plans to exhibit the work in the Central Library in the autumn. And so that will go ahead. We don't have the exact date for it, but watch this space. I think that will be really a very good thing for the Guildry, for the school, and the city. Now, I mentioned that, I'm going to stop in a minute here. I mentioned that there were so many and awards tonight, and what I was referring to is that when the Guildry, they came around last week to look at student work, or actually it was earlier this week. It was after it was all up in the exhibits and we could sort of take people out. And they looked at all the student work and decided that to award a first and second group prizes, and then 2 joint third prizes. And I just have to say, before I start reading out names, that I thought it was really great to see Howard Price and the other guild members here earlier this week, to see them here in the school again, to welcome them back, to show them the work that we as a school produce. And it was really a pleasure for me and my colleagues to hear how incredibly enthusiastic they were about the work. I mean, Howard Price, who's the current Lord Dean of Guild, was leaning over models and saying, "You guys are so talented, you know, and this work is so thoughtful." He was saying this, I'm not making that up. And I have to say that it was that kind of response and their interest in the school that has reinforced a feeling that I think we have in the school, that in addition to producing future architects, we have a capacity to perform a public service for the city. And anyway, so I hope we have a long partnership with them. I should start these things. The first prize, which is a group prize, goes to architecture in the city. And I wonder if you all could step forward for a group photo. And I wonder if, I still don't know quite how to do this. We have a certificate. I wonder if Joe, is Joe here? Joe, I've simply selected you because you're a pretty talented and nice guy to take the certificate. And I'll pass out the dosh. So Alexander Cordinius. Rory Gaffney. Lima. Francis Young. Alistair Hunter. Vega. Louis Jinping. Okay. Sarah White. Can you fit us in?
Sarah, I know Charles is standing there looking smiles.
I should just say that, as most of you know, but maybe not everyone, that the unit tutors for that group were, that unit are Graham Hutton and Charles Rattray. Big hand for them. Now, the next group prize, the second group prize, goes to the Macro Micro Studio, and I'm hoping that they can come up here and en masse and take that. Guys, gals, here. Do you want to come up?
Dean Crossley. Ryan Watson. Ryan Watson.
Ryan.
Okay, absent. Joanne Potter. Gabriella Welch. Gabriella. No. Right, okay. Kieran Golden. Penny Sharon.
Joe, do you want to come up here and pose with your team?
You haven't given the award to Mike. Jojo?
Is Neil Burford here?
Neil.
Boo boo.
Neil. Ryan. Can bring the same one together. In town. It's down Hello. What are you going to do? Cheers.
Finally, we have the Gilbert Guinness Award for Urban Design. It's a joint third prize. The first one is Ewan Russell. winner is Michael Grieve. Well done, Michael.
Big guys from Sweden. Look happy. Great, great.
Okay. Number 8. Finally, we've still got a few prizes to go with Year 5. There are 2 demerits in Year 5, and the first one this year goes to Figo Peters. And the other demerit goes to Alistair McAlpine. And finally, the last award tonight is the ADAS Leadership Award. This goes to a student who's shown exceptional contribution to the student experience. And once again, in all the years I've been teaching here, there's few people who have demonstrated this to the degree to which the student who wins it this year. It will come as no surprise to one student in this School of Architecture to know that the prize this year goes to Jake Dinsdales.
I think we've all heard enough waffling actually tonight, so I'll just cut it short. And what I can't say, what the staff can't say, is all that good. But what I can say from the student perspective is that we really enjoy being members of this school and a part of the school. And what's the most important part of this school has got to be the students, and we support each other. We support the staff support us. We have a great body of staff. But equally, it's all about the students, really. Not all about, we have all of you as well. It's a lot about the staff, and mainly about the students. So I'm really grateful that for the past 5 or 6 years I've been involved here. I've been a part of ADAS, the student body, and the school. And this year as school president, it's been really interesting to see how the school stands within the School of the Environment. So we have architecture stands within the School of the Environment, and we have a really strong position as a really strong body of students here. And then further, as ADAS co-president, with Francis Strachan over there. We have a very, very, very strong student society, student body, very active educationally, socially, particularly socially, and in so many other ways, which isn't possible without the hard work of so many committee members, particularly Francis, Jen, Sarah, Paddy, Claire. I can't mention everybody, sorry if I haven't. I'm sorry, but a round of applause please for the ADAS committee. So, I let you all back to the bar, but on behalf of all the students, a thanks to the staff, and thank you on my behalf for the award. So, have a good night.
Thank you. finally, before you break up, just got two short thanks to give, and also, if Claire O'Neill wants to come back up, Rick Russell has arrived, so come up and introduce yourself and have a chat with him, please. Finally, and also, Jake mentioned that I'd also like to thank Audrey for all her immense help and input to actually allow this thing to actually happen at all. So she did that. We're the ones that stand up and do all the talking, but she's the one in the background that makes sure it actually all works. My final thanks is to actually, I've enjoyed being actually to speak down this end of the School of Architecture without the laser cutter buzzing away in the back of my head the whole time, so thanks for that as well. Okay? That's it. Enjoy the rest of the evening, folks. Thank you.